Sway.
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 In the morning.
In the morning.
In the morning.
Shake that vibe.
Wake your fuck ass up. That
Crust out, y'all.
We are joined by a cultural freaking icon, one of the most multi-dimensional artists of our generation, my Haitian brethren, Wyclef Jean.
Chaka
And Wyclef, I can't help but notice a little special something on your lap underneath that right arm, player.
Yeah.
Hey.
Wyclef in your area. Yeah. Traffic, you got to work. Standing behind your computer, listen to Wyclef. If I was president, I'll get elected on Friday, assassinated on Saturday, buried on Sunday. Then on Monday, everybody goes back to work, yeah, like nothing happened. Oh, it's just an ordinary day. But I could be the president, you could be the president, and she could be the president. If I was president, if I was the president. Donald Trump, he won the competition. Hillary Clinton, she put up a competition. I was smoking weed with Bernie Sanders. He lost the competition. Y'all should have voted for me, yeah. Vote for me, yeah. Wyclef for president. Oh, if I was president, I'll get elected on Friday, assassinated on Saturday, buried on Sunday. Then on Monday, everybody goes back to work like nothing happened. It's just an ordinary day. Throwback. I'll be going to November. I'll be going to November, y'all. Tell my girl I'll be going to November. I'll be going to November. I'll be going to November, y'all. Tell my girl I'll be going to November. January, February, March, April, May. I see her crying, but girl, I can't stay. I'll be going to November. I'll be going to November. Okay, keep it going. You're gonna make me do it. You're gonna make me do it. Maria, yeah. She remind me of a West Side Story. Yeah, yeah. Growing up in Spanish Harlem for DJ Khaled and Rihanna. Living the life just like a movie star. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Maria, yeah. She fell in love in East LA. Yeah. To the sound of the guitar, yeah. Played by Carlos San. They ain't ready, man.
Woo! Yo, and that is why you pay for Sirius XM. You got it? That was basically a concert ticket. Woo!
Y'all.
Boy, you are so good.
I try.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just a prodigy of the hood. R.I.P. the prodigy, by the way.
Oh, absolutely. The rest in peace, absolutely. But no, you're more than just a boy from the hood. You're a cultural icon. Let me ask you this. If you woke up and saw your face on a vintage T-shirt produced by Kendall and Kylie, but with their
this question.
Instagram photo audit, how would you feel?
It's so funny that you say that because I remember when I was trying to run for president of Haiti, and it's a surreal feeling because like you're alive, you know what I'm saying to you, and you feel that when people wear something with your image on it, that it's past the physical. Like it's almost like people are adjusting to a movement, you know? So, but for me, it's always weird, you know what I'm saying to you? Because it's like I would rock a Michael Jackson T-shirt all day with the red zippers, you know, I would rock. But for me, it's just still weird. It's like I'm still like in that space, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where I still find it weird. You know what I mean? It's pretty weird.
I think it's defining the line between what is cultural appropriation and what is artistic expression. You know what I mean?
I agree, bro. I agree.
Big words. I like that.
I had a question about your. You got another single called "What Happened to Love," right? And it was produced by the Knox, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, the Knox, definitely. So we got two. Man, let me do a little hustle here, man. I used to sell Kirby vacuums in the hood. So we got
Word?
two. Yeah.
Humble beginnings.
Look, that's the hardest hustle in the hood. Period.
Yo, you know why? Y'all listen
Period.
to then the Kirby vacuum is so serious because they put you to a whole tutorial with the Kirby vacuum. Literally. You know what I mean? Like, let me get into this Kirby vacuum in the hood.
I've been through this tutorial. Please tell me.
Wow.
Yo, real talk. Like in the hood, like, so think about this, right? In the hood, you got all kind of hustles.
Yeah.
So we're like the less popular than our cousins. You know what I mean? Because they're in the trap, they moving the BM, and you want it so quick. And you like, man, what I'm gonna do? You try this McDonald's, then all of a sudden the agent coming like, yo, listen, man, we got these vacuums. They call Kirby vacuums, right? You go and literally, this is what made this vacuum incredible in the hood. The way that you take the entire vacuum apart, put it back together, and then there's parts of vacuum, because like in the hood we used to have like roaches, and basically with the Kirby vacuum you're able to take the top piece off, and it has that little whole piece that you literally able to, I sound like I'm selling the vacuum again.
Yo, you sound like you paid good attention. That's what
I
it sound
paid attention to, so from there to the Knox record, right? So the Knox,
build the bridge.
The Knox I love because once again, the Knox are these young producers who listen to the Carnival, who's like Carnival obsessed, that know everything about the Carnival more than me. And we got together. And I remember Ben saying, yo, man, we love that record. We trying to stay alive. That was his whole thing. We was recording at my crib. He's like, we trying to stay alive. We need to create a record like we trying to stay alive. Now, this record, What Happened to Love, when you listen to the new album, right, it's a lot of instruments. So the fusion, what we done was we was able to take this, I call this album like 1996 meets 2017. So when I hook up with these kids, the sonics that we're able to do now is take the modern day sonics of a lot of the trap sounds and mix it with a lot of live instrumentation, you know what I mean? So What Happened to Love is a feel-good record. I was just rocking it yesterday. It makes you go back to the two-step. It makes you want to hold somebody's hand, you know what I mean? It makes you like you thugged out, but you like one step, two step, two. And the production of it remind me of some old school Quincy Jones, you know what I mean? Like Michael Jackson, that style of production. Definitely shout out to the Knox. It was incredible working with them.
Yeah, the reason I brought it up was because I was wondering, I mean, the Knox have attained, a substantial amount of success on their own, but how does somebody like the Knox or somebody who, might be lesser known to the general public get access to send you a production or an idea for a song or something like that? Like, do you find them, or is it just like a 1 in a million shot where somebody just happens to come across your radar?
Prayer.
Well, I would say, prayer definitely, but I would say for me, it all goes back to my label, right? So Madeline Nelson, the new executive, right? She remind me of like old school Jimmy Iovine or old school Clive Davis. So her whole job is to bring Wyclef back like Santana. So her whole scheme with the Carnival 3 was like, yo, I'm about to pair you up with kids that are inspired by you, but they like half your age. And so that algorithm, like, because you can hear what the Knox was doing and what we was doing. So a lot of that pairing definitely rock. But once again, I do look at my Twitter feed, you know what I mean? And I always say the best way is the SoundCloud link. I do search for music. Like, I'm a music lover. I'm constantly searching and looking and vibing for music. So don't ever think that, you're going to send a link and someone's not going to hear it. And I tell kids, the advantage that you have, the Fugees didn't have, a Jay-Z didn't have, a Biggie didn't have, but he had Puffy, and Puffy knew, like, this is how you gonna do it. Because remember, Bad Boy was independent. Was when A&Rs are telling you this is what it's supposed to sound like, and they're passing on you. So think about it, like 25 people passed on the Fugees. Now, if we had social media at the time, we would have been able to just put up our link, put up our music, and let people decide like what's dope or not. You know what I mean? I remember there was like, yo, rappers can't be singing, playing instruments, and it's weird. You know what I mean? Now, look at this generation. Like rappers from my era now, they wish they could sing a hook, but the Fugees were singing hooks in '94. So for me, I always tell you, this generation, always be inspired, always put the links, and stay up on your social media game.
I like that. Very, very important. And I mean, what's also great is in this documentary that's coming July 9th, Wyclef Unsung. It's awesome for a young artist to see all of the different steps that it takes to get to stardom. A lot of times, you know, with social media, it just seems like people want this microwave fame because we see through perception all of the highlights and not the low and the humble beginnings. So my question is, what brought you to the point where you said, all right, it's time to do this? Because it can kind of be a weird thing to say documentary when you're still putting out music. You're still working on so many projects.
Well, once again, for me, it's very weird, like I said. But, you know, this doc, you know, the first really out of, you know, many, I would say what people are going to get to see firsthand is, you know, the human side of Wyclef. You know what I'm saying? I think like it's important because it's like, you know, there's something bigger than being like 100 million records strong in the game, you know? It's the fact that you have a family. It's the fact that you go through up and downs, you know? And being at the top could be lonely, you know what I'm saying? What prevented me from being in a hotel room, sticking a needle in my vein, or wanting to blow my head up with a gun? I mean, these things are realities, you know what I'm saying to you? So I think that this, when everyone watched this documentary, it goes back to the fact that, you know, these artists are human, you know what I mean? And it shows the grind that you go through. And it's okay to fall. It's cool. Like I tell people, like, you know, on your way up, it's okay to fall. But the part of it that you got to be careful is, how do you treat people on your way up? You see what I'm saying to you? Because it's like me and Khalid, we were friends like in 1994, 95. You know what I mean? And every time I see Khalid will tell you, I think I put Khalid on his first TV show.
What?
Yeah, The Source. Like, at the end of the day, everyone has an Uncle Clef story. And the story is real simple. Like, do unto others as you have do unto you. So I think that's really the most important thing with the doc. And it's very vulnerable, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, it's nothing, every like gossip or whatever you can see on the internet, you know what I mean? So we wanted to go a step further than that and go back to, okay, the human. And so when kids watch this, they could get inspired. And it's still weird for me because at the end, you know, we're still putting out, there's still a new song called Wyclef Jean by Young Thug. So it's sort of like to still be so relevant to a generation and is the most exciting part to me.
I'm glad you answered it that way too, because I'm looking at the title for Carnival 3, The Fall and Rise of a Refugee. And so many people look at you as being on top. You know, they've never really seen you like the fall and being able to be human in this. Secondly, you do this at a time where I think people are like, wow, I've never not seen you human. You know, I've never seen you with a bunch of jewelry on or acting crazy with money to your ear or anything like that. I've always seen you be human. I think this is probably a more of a personal view for you.
Yeah, definitely. It's a personal view, but it shows like the different, you know, as a teen and then, you know, you getting, you know, so in my early 20s, you know what I mean? Barely 25, you know what I mean? You're sitting on like, you know, $30-40 million. It's pretty dangerous, right?
That was a crazy flex just now.
Come on, y'all recognize.
So it's pretty dangerous, though. You feel me? Because, you know, as a youth, you just go over, and it's not overnight because you work on it, but that price of success comes with a lot. And I think you did hit it on the dot. It's definitely personal. It gives the viewer we can bleed. You know what I'm saying to you? Like, I mean, y'all see me like, you know, and it takes a lot for a man to cry. I mean, I cried before, you know what I'm saying? Like coming from Haiti, like working in the earthquake reliefs, you know, picking up dead bodies, like all of that. So for me, like when we say like the rise, the fall and the rise, it's because I gave music up to go back to my country of Haiti and basically try to help my people. And with that, you know, I took crazy hits, you know, a lot of madness came at me. So it's like, so we say, you know what I mean? In order for you to rise again, that sacrifice was really like well worth it. You know what I mean? That's what we get into.
Citizens, we have Wyclef John himself here. Let's get into some more music, yo. Let's listen to What Happened to Love from the Carnival Volume 3. Call up if you want to talk to Clef. 888-742-3345. Let's go.
Two-step.
Ladies and gentlemen,
it's Sway in the morning, only on Shade 45.